Oh, hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching me. Oh, thank you for joining the live stream. Let me know which country you are connecting with me from, and it will be great to know where you are connecting from. You can subscribe to the channel, you can like this video, and you can just stay engaged with me. My name is Lydia Essenam, and I am an international education consultant, helping students and families plan stronger study abroad pathways, especially to Canada, to the US, and to different parts of Europe. On today's live, it is especially for students whose Canadian study permits have been refused. We are looking at parents who are worried about what went wrong. And we are also looking at anyone who is afraid that their dream is over and they are just stuck. They don't know what to do, right? So we are going to just look at all these. And I just really want to assure you that a visa refusal is not the end of the journey. It is not. It is feedback, and it's also an opportunity to do things correctly, and so you always have an opportunity to try again. And by the end of this session, if you see me looking here, I'm just looking at things I've put together that I'm sharing. At the end of this session, you will know why your student permit got refused. You would know what to do immediately after a refusal, and you will know when to reapply or when not to do. And you'd also try to avoid another refusal. Getting a second refusal can be really frustrating and disheartening. I can understand that, right? So if you know anyone who has been refused a visa before, do share this video with them. I am going to be very direct and straight to the point. So even for those who are rewatching or replaying can really grasp all the necessary information. Okay, so share this to anybody who may be interested or have an earlier refusal. Um, the first thing is with your mindset. When you get a refusal, I've assisted students over the years who were refused before, and they contacted me, and with the help of our immigration consultant, they got their visa approved the second time. Or there were students who had gotten their visa refused twice already. They got in touch with us, and then they got approved on the third try. So I pretty much understand what getting a refusal for your study permits can affect your whole journey. If you just joined in, I am sharing what you can do if your visa has been refused before. Please double tap on the live to like this video. Just double tap on your screen. It will be really grateful to me. Let me know which country you are also connecting from. Just double tap on the live stream. Now, most refusals for visas happen because the application wasn't well structured. The visa officer wasn't convinced about your intent. The intent is like the reason. Your documents didn't align, meaning that they were not clearly outlined, they were not well structured. The school or the program you are trying to apply for has some red flags, okay? So it does not mean that you are not smart enough, you are not qualified, or you never get to study abroad again, but it really means that you need to have a real strategy. This is something I always share with students that I consult for, that it doesn't matter what your background is or what your future goals is. Your application needs a strategy that would be successful if you want to succeed on your study abroad goals. It is not a guesswork or it's not try and error. So you really have to get it right and get the right strategy on point. The second part is that you also have to understand the refusal. understand your refusal letter. Um, in the last few months, there's been an update on the refusals where the generic letter is not given, but the actual reason where you would initially need a GCMS notes. Now you don't need that again because that will be implemented or indicated in your refusal letter. So for Canada, the reasons that you are sometimes refused could be on the grounds of the purpose of your visit not being clear or the purpose of your travel not being clear. Your ties back home is not convincing. This is very important. Your financial documentations or resources have certain concerns that needs to be addressed. Number four, the program that you are applying for do not align with your background or your future goals, anything. And in some cases for travel history concerns. Maybe you've been refused earlier before, you were deported earlier, those kind of reasons. Now, when you get these kind of reasons, it's advisable that you do not submit the same documents, okay? Always update the documentations. Do not rush based on emotions. Some people will say, the visa officer refused me and this is so wrong. I'm going to apply again with the same thing. Just take your time, analyze the whole situation before you apply again, and do not reapply blindly. So it's always good that you analyze the documents, analyze the reasons on the grounds of refusal, and also fix the real weaknesses. It could be a weakness of maybe financial documentations or financial resources, or the program you are applying for was not really aligned with your background, which you can always fix in the process. All right. So at this point, I'm going to discuss a step-by-step approach of what to do next. All right. We've looked at some of the reasons why you could get refused and all those bases. So let's look at a step-by-step. I'm going to go into taking my time. If you have questions, feel free to leave it in the comments. I will come back on another live to share with you. And if you know anyone who has been refused before for their study permit or a visa to Canada, especially, do share this video with them and it will be very beneficial. No, it will be beneficial to them. Okay, my name is Lydia once again, and I'm an education consultant. I assist students and families succeed on their study abroad journeys using the right strategies every single day. Now, number one is once you get your study permit refused or your visa refused, the first thing that you should do is get professional review. There are some services like Border Pass that have judicial review in addition to the service, and you can get a judicial review on an affordable rate when you use a service like Border Pass. Border Pass is typically, this is like a free ad for Border Pass, but it's a service that you can use to apply for your Canadian visas. And the highlight for me on Border Pass is that it has lawyers or judicial committee or review members who would assist review your documentations before you apply for your Canadian visas. Hi, Linda. Thank you for joining the live. So before you apply, your full application must be audited by a professional review. They are going to look at your school choice. They're going to look at your program relevance. How relevant is your program, for instance, during your study and after study, okay? The SOP you used, how was it structured? Did they have all the highlights and everything that was needed in that SOP? The fourth thing, which is one of the stronger things, are your financials. What financial resources did you submit? Was it bank accounts? Was it investment accounts? Was it properties? What financial documentations did you submit? The next thing that we'll be looking at is home ties. What did you use as home ties? Was it a job? Was it your family? Was it a role that you were envisioning to apply for after studying. So the immigration or professional review will look at all these things, because most refusals happen because one or more of these things that I have stated do not align. Another reason could be your immigration history. Did you have any? Oh, it's snowing and the weather is very cold today. Did you have any immigration issues in the past that could result to your refusal, your current refusal? So that is the first thing you should do when you receive a refusal is one, get a professional review. All right. Number two, you have to decide, okay? You have to decide whether you want to reapply or change the country. Hi, Kia. Happy birthday, Kia. Thank you for joining the live. You can double tap on the live to like this video. Number two, it is important that you need to make a decision. In as much as it is difficult that you have been refused before, you need to decide whether you want to reapply. Ooh, sorry. Reapply for the same country, which could be Canada or the US, or you want to change the country. If you were refused before for maybe a country in Europe or Canada and you want to reapply but you want to change the country, you can explore another country. One thing about getting a visa refusal as a student is if you've paid your tuition, you would get a refusal of your tuition based on the fact that your visa was refused. Okay, so that is very important to note that if your visa is refused, your tuition fees will be refunded to you. The school may only keep an administrative cost of maybe 200 to 250 or 300 base, depending on the school and what the policy is for a refund or withdrawal. So sometimes a stronger reapplication to Canada can work. I mentioned earlier that there are some students who reached out to us who had one or two refusals, and on the third or second try, they got their visa approved. The thing about Canada is that if you have a stronger reapplication, your visa could be approved for you, and you can come in to study. In other instances, UK, Ireland, Germany, or other pathways may be better if you decide to reapply to another country. So it's good to have a great consultant who will guide you with the highest probability route if you just want to change the country. Don't just go for the popular country just because everyone is going for it, but find what would work for you in terms of your strategy. All right. The third thing that you should do is to rewrite your statement of purpose. Remember, that was one of the reasons why you were refused, so you have to rewrite it. Now, your SOP must now include directly addresses the refusal reasons. Because you've been refused before, your SOP must state that yes, you were refused before and these were the reasons you were refused. You should clearly explain your academic progression. What do you envisage to do after the studies? All right. You have to show strong career pathway or return plan. How are you intending to return to your home country? You have to state this categorically in your SOP, or in some cases, it's called motivation letter. The next one reason is you have to align your program with your background. Let me throw some light on this. If you are working in healthcare, maybe you are a nurse, it's ideal. It makes sense that you would be applying for a program in public health or any health related program. Sorry. It doesn't really make sense that you are already in the health field and you're applying to maybe an IT or construction. Even if you're going to do that, you have to clearly explain in your SOP or motivation letter why you want to do that. Hi, Clarissa. Welcome to the live. You can double tap by liking the video. Just double tap. And I'm discussing about visa refusals and what you should do next. The next one with rewriting your SOP is that you have to demonstrate a genuine, steady intent. The focus for every study visa is that you are looking to study. Why am I yawning today? Sorry. And there's one thing about a live, you cannot edit where you yawn or where you sneeze out of the video. So yeah, you have to demonstrate a genuine, steady intent, okay? Oh, happy birthday, Clarissa. Happy birthday. Thank you for joining. You have to state categorically that your intention for applying for your visa is to study. Most people apply for visas and state in their visa they want to work, they want to do all that, you know? Oh, I would love a moderator sometime in the future. Yes. You can just ask people to like by double tapping, okay? And also liking the stream or subscribing to the channel. It will mean a lot to me. Crystal, thank you so much, Crystal. So yeah, these can help make your reapplication very powerful. All right. Now the fourth thing you should do immediately after you have been refused. Sure, Crystal, that would be great. Thank you so much. Yes, I will need one. Thank you. You have to strengthen your financial profile. I did mention that one of the reasons you can get refused is inadequate financial resources. So the officer will state clearly to see that your financial or resources or profile must factor in your tuition, it must factor in your living expenses, it must factor in your source of funds. This source of funds is very important. I mean, source of funds, and then the next bit is financial stability. Sure, Crystal, let me do that right away. Thank you very much. I think I can do that. Yeah, add as a moderator. Thank you. Yeah, I'm done that, Crystal. Hi, John. Thank you. Now, let me really touch base on the source of funds and financial stability. Source of funds basically is saying that it doesn't matter how much you have in your bank account. Happy Friday, John. Thank you for joining the live. Crystal is going to be moderating for me. Thank you, Crystal, for doing this. Your source of funds, the immigration officer needs to understand how funds were collected into your account. Now, it's not just about having money, let's say a $10,000 or $20,000 or $50,000 in your account if you're applying for your study visa. They also need to understand that you have financial stability, meaning that yes, you have that money, but how were you collecting that money? Were you receiving pay stubs? Were you receiving monies from family to support you on your journey? How stable are you financially if you are looking to study? So these are things you have to really highlight in your financial profile. If it is very unclear, then the visa officer can refuse you based on having a weak financial profile. Okay. The next one is to reapply strategically, not emotionally. The second application must be better structured. If you have been refused before, this time around, you have to clearly structure your application. You have to document it properly. I did state that, I always say this, that there are two reasons or two things you have to do if you're applying for, let's say, a Canadian visa, study visa, is that you have to document properly. And you also need to be able to explain properly because you don't go for an in-person interview, right? So whatever that you are sending is based on your documentation. All right. I'm Lydia. I'm an education consultant and I assist families and students who want to study abroad. So I'm basically sharing on what you should do once your visa is refused, okay? And you also have to be present, like present your documentation. You have to align your documents. You have to structure your documents and be very strategic in your reapplication. Okay? Now, some people would ask, should you reapply immediately? Not all the time. Currently, for some visas, they would ask you to wait for 6 months before you apply again. But you can only reapply if you have fixed the refusal grounds. So you are being refused on the grounds of financials. If you're able to fix the financials within a month or 2 months, then you can reapply. If you're able to choose another program, then reapply. If your documents have been improved and then you have a program that is stronger, that is of an essence to your background and your future goals, then you can reapply. If nothing has changed, if your finances are not ready, you don't have updated documentations, please do not reapply, because that will lead to multiple refusals of your study permit profile. All right. Yeah. So I don't know if you have any questions. This was just going to be a 30 minutes live. And so you can like this video, share it with anyone who has been refused before and who is looking to reapply. They can always get in touch with me today. So let me glance through before, if there are any questions, let me glance through what we've discussed today. Today we've talked about what you should do immediately, or what you should be doing if your visa has been refused. If your visa has been refused, it doesn't mean that you cannot apply again. You can do a number of things. You can reapply, you can change the country, you can change the program, and do any other things if you really want to succeed on your study journey. The first thing you have to do is not to panic. You should always look for the reason why you were refused. Look for professional review. If you can pay the services of an immigration consultant, have them review your refusal letter and also help you with a strategy that can work for you in terms of reapplying. As an individual, if your refusal has you've received your refusal letter, you should understand what the refusal entails. You should look at the reasons you were refused so that you can work on it better when you are reapplying. We looked at a step-by-step approach of what to do next. The first thing is to get a professional review who will review all your documents and audit them for you, be it school choice, program choice. Sure, Crystal, thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You should subscribe if you haven't. Your home ties, your immigration history, have a professional review your documents. Number two, decide if you want to reapply or change the country. Depending on whatever you opt for, you can always find a strategy that works for you in order to get a higher possibility of getting approved. Sure, Crystal, thank you so much. You need to rewrite your SOP, your motivation letter, and it has to cover the refusal reasons, your academic progression, your career plan, your background of programs, and also demonstrate a genuine, steady intent. Okay. You also have to strengthen your financial profile. I touched a lot on that earlier. Then the last point is that you have to apply strategically. All right. So, and how you should reapply. So, some of you may ask, my refusal letter says the purpose of visit. What does it mean? You have to state categorically what the purpose of your travel is. If it's study, then focus on that. Someone would also ask, can I change schools? Of course, you can change schools. You can request for a withdrawal from your initial school, and then you can reapply to another school if that's what you want. You can also ask the school to change your program if there's an availability in that program. Someone will also ask, should I apply to another country? Yes, you can apply to another country, request or withdraw from your initial school in country, and apply for school in another country. How long do you have to wait? Like I said, for some cases, 6 months, because that would help you build stronger financial profile. By that time, you would have given yourself ample time to prepare and reapply. So what you can do is defer your program and then you can reapply in the subsequent intake. Today's live is for high school graduates, diploma holders, bachelor degree holders, parents who are planning for their children to study abroad. If your visa has been refused before and you need a strategy, clarity, and support, please reach out to me. My details are in the description of this video. You can find me, Lydia SNM, on any social media platform, and I'll be more than happy to walk this path with you. I work with Wuri Africa, and we are always focused and motivated to assist students to study successfully with giving them customizable personal guidance. We also offer application audits and reapplication strategy sessions for your enrollment into schools. If you need any questions, any clarity, you can also schedule a free call with me from the link in the description, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. I have free ebooks as well in the link in the description. From my Linktree link, you can get some mistakes that you should avoid when you are applying to schools in Canada. And you can also get the Global Advantage. It's a guide for parents who are looking to support or enroll their children in schools in Canada. So those books are free of charge. Go download them and enrich yourself with the knowledge. The Global Advantage, basically targeted for parents looking to support their children to study abroad, and mistakes you should avoid when you are studying, if you want to study in Canada. I have also a paid booklet, which is a step-to-step guide if you're looking to study in Canada. So an education consultant. I'm based in Canada, and I am assisting students. In the past few years, we've been assisting over 10,000 students to study in Canada alone. And if you feel that Canada is for you and you're looking to study here, do reach out to me. Our doors are open. We are very going to help you in open and wide arms so that you're going to be successful on your journey. We assist families, we assist students. So if you want to study in high school, in undergraduate, which is bachelor's, if you want to do a postgraduate program, you want to enroll in a master's program, feel free to reach out and connect with us at Wuri Africa, and we'll be more than happy to assist you. I hope you picked a thing or two in today's live for things you should do when your visa is refused. And I know and understand how it feels if your visa has been refused before, but think about it. You can try again, and if traveling or studying abroad is for you, then go for it. We are rooting for you all the way. My name is Lydia Esenam, and it's been so great to share today's live with you. Do subscribe to the channel because every day I come on live in the spirit of growing my channels to 10, my subscribers to 10K, and also assisting students to study abroad or study globally. Thank you so much and keep being awesome. Enjoy your weekend. I love you all. Bye bye now.